I'm in a bad mood because Amazon lost a package and they didn't lose it, but they claim it's still in transit. I think they lost it, so I'm gonna try to cheer myself up here and leave my mostly spoiler-free Superman review from the new movie that came out. Um, I can't really do it completely spoiler-free at this point and give an honest review, so there's gonna be a few things I can't help. But first things I'm gonna say about it, my biggest gripe with people lately is the people that are saying it's woke. How? I've seen that movie, even the after credits. I paid close attention to everything because I have been a Superman fangirl since I was 6 years old, and I went in this movie thinking maybe I should be a little critical. I wasn't. I wasn't even disappointed. I don't get that it's woke. I don't get how it would be woke. And if you have my if you have my certain uh, melanin, my certain skin color, and you're saying woke, you do get that that's not okay, right? White people shouldn't say woke, but that's besides the point here. I want to say the things I love about this movie are going to outweigh the things I don't like by a lot. I loved how Superman was pretty much the entire movie pretty much got things from the comic books perfect. Absolutely perfect. It's not like with the movies. The closest we've ever seen that being that kind of accurate was the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeve and Gene Hackman and yeah. But this Superman movie definitely, I want to say, borrows from the comics, but you could tell James Gunn is a comic book fan first. And honestly, I like that. I do. I will always have a special place in my heart for the Snyder movies because they look kind of cool. A lot of stuff behind the scenes is a bit problematic, but that's comic book movies, and unfortunately, sometimes they go bad. I like the acting. I felt like everybody brought something to the character they were playing. I didn't know that I had no idea that Lloyd Kaufman, the dude that's gonna make made the Toxic Avenger and is kind of friends with James Gunn, I didn't know he had a cameo. I need to rewatch that movie so I can see exactly where the cameo is. But if you know what I'm talking about, look for it. I actually became a Toxic Avenger fan late in life, so that's kind of cool. But Superman was honestly doing what I needed it to do for a Superman movie. I like that they kind of, I like that they kind of made it so it has multiple stories. I do like that, and I'm not going to tell you who Ultraman is, but if you're thinking it's like in the comics, you might be disappointed if you think it's the Ultraman from the comics. I'm not going to say what I mean by that, but I'm pretty sure if you've been on YouTube for a while, then it's probably already been revealed. Or if you've seen the figures or anything like that, it's probably already been revealed. But I'm just going to say, I don't think Ultraman is dead. I don't think that, and this is one thing I'm noticing about James Gunn with any superhero movie he makes. It is a safe bet that any character in any James Gunn superhero movie isn't dead just because they were killed on screen. So I think that character could return, but I think he's going to return as another character. I like how it looks. It looks really interesting. Like it's very much comic booky. It's not like other superhero movies these days, and that's kind of giving me hope for this new universe. I do kind of hope they take their time with Justice League. We don't need that right away. I wouldn't mind hints at that later on. I do kind of like how yes, Crypto was CGI, but it was cute. Oh, come on. He was adorable. You've seen the TikToks and the YouTube videos. He was freaking cute, okay? I do like how they have certain cameos of other characters. I like how the designs are just, they pop out at you. Um, I don't get the hate that people have for Guy Gardner with the bowl cut. Look at the comics. Guy Gardner and a bowl cut is just, that's just the character trait he has. He's never, I don't think he's ever really gotten rid of it, except for in the New 52 with the huge old side fade thing that I really don't like, but that's just my opinion. I do kind of hope we see other lanterns. I wouldn't mind seeing the, what I wouldn't see is the Mindhunters. No, not Mindhunter, Manhunters. I want to see them in it. I also kind of like how, they kind of explore the lore of Superman without exploring the lore. Like, we didn't see a mention of other villains that were brought up in other Superman movies too much. We did see, obviously, by now you know Lex is in it, and that is a Lex I can be proud of. I realize that now that Kevin Spacey is incredibly problematic. In fact, he's an asshole. What's this new dude? I can't remember his name, but he was in Renfield. He was in Mad Max Fury Road. I cannot. He also played Beast in the X-Men movies. I can't remember his name. I was iffy about him being Lex, but he did not disappoint. Like, even, I'm gonna say something bold. It seems like he borrowed a little bit from Smallville's Michael Rosenbaum's version of Lex Luthor. I kind of like that, but it felt different. It felt different. I like how, one thing I didn't like was, there's a scene and you see Jor-El and it just, there's something he says that doesn't sit right with me. I'm not used to seeing that with Superman. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm not saying anything that makes it a bad movie. No, I just don't agree with it. I like how the acting felt real. There was emotion. Superman wasn't dark. He wasn't evil. He wasn't mean. And I thought that was kind of cool because we Christopher Reeve gave us that. Tom Welling gave us that for the most part. Brandon Routh kind of gave us that, but it was kind of iffy. But it kind of brought back that nostalgia for me that kind of worked. Also, the music was perfect. The musical score was just everything you expect for a Superman movie. And they didn't hyperfixate on all the cameo characters. They made this literally about Superman. And I thought that was good. That's one thing I didn't agree with the Snyderverse. Even, like, after Man of Steel, they just kept mentioning all different movies. They even hinted at other stuff in that first movie, and honestly, it didn't vibe with me. It was good, but it just didn't vibe as well. And I always wondered why it didn't vibe, and it's just, I think he was going for a different message. I think Snyder was going for a different message with Superman, which is fine, which is good. It's nice to get back to basics. The Fortress of Solitude looks so cool, and I kind of geeked out at that. Also, I saw it on one of those X screens. Some of you know what I'm talking about. It's one of those big screens that it's not just at the front of the screen. It's like at the walls too, and it just kind of gives this really interesting effect. It does kind of make me interested in maybe collecting the McFarlane vs. Superman figures from that movie. I like them. They look kind of cool. I don't know. We'll see. I like how it does seem like James Gunn has an idea. Let this man cook. Is that what people still say? Because I don't remember. Also, the end scene. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go say it's Supergirl. The last time we got a Supergirl movie was in the late 80s, and honestly, I liked it. I'm just disappointed they didn't do more with it. It's also the same reason I like Batman and Robin, because we saw a woman as a superhero, and honestly, even though she was more like a glorified cameo, I was just excited for this. I'm kind of hoping that what we see next with Superman, everybody wants Brainiac. I agree. Brainiac is pretty cool. I'm down with seeing some Brainiac in the next one. But I want to see more of Superman villains that we've never seen in live action. And there's a bit of a list if you really think about it. Like, as far as movies go, we haven't seen a movie version of Metallo, although that would be kind of hard. We almost got it with Batman versus Superman, and we just didn't get it. I want to see that touch base. I want to see Conduit mentioned. I want to see, like, even if they have a villain cameo, that would make me happy. My biggest nitpick. This is even 3C Films. Even Chris, he said it. He was right. This story was a little. They felt like they were trying to cram a lot of different stories into one movie. I was able to keep up. I don't think a lot of people will be able to keep up. But at the same time, it did look cool. It was a little all over the place. I get that. Aside from that, I geeked out. It is still one of my favorites now. And when it comes out, I am totally going to get the special edition stuff. I'm sure there's all sorts of deleted scenes and whatnot. One thing I'd love to also see them mention, and I know it's been done to death, but I would love to see them mention Cadmus. Because that brings up a whole different side of the Superman lore that I am dying to see in live action. I hope they actually handle the Phantom Zone a little bit better than Man of Steel did. I don't know how they would do it, but a girl can hope. I hope they wait a long time to mention Zod. I've seen General Zod being put in so many shows and movies. I just lost interest in that character for a while. I think it'd be smart to take a break from him. Bring in other Kryptonians. Because that would be cool. Because there are other Kryptonians that did survive. Whether they got sucked into another dimension. There was a Kryptonian that was a lantern. I don't know if you'll ever touch base on that, but I would love to see James Gunn's take on that. I would love to see them touch up on the Kryptonian lore. But we don't need a prequel. We don't need to know how Clark became Superman. We don't need that. It's been done to death. I would love to see more references and jokes and stuff about Superman and Clark Kent. I want to see them use the phone booth. We haven't seen Clark use a phone booth on live action form since Smallville. I want to see the phone booth be brought back. I don't know if you guys want to see it, but I want to see it. Because that was cool. I want to see him explore the extent of his powers. How much exactly he can do. Oh, a character I wouldn't mind seeing is Parasite. Yeah, it'd be hard to do, but it'd be worth it. But all in all, I want to see what they're going to do with the character. I highly recommend this movie. If you can still see it in theaters, see it in theaters. If you have to rent it, but you will not be disappointed. I think kids are going to enjoy it. I think a long-time comic book fans are going to enjoy it. I don't think a lot of the die-hard Snyder fans are going to enjoy it, and that's okay. But just give it a chance. Worst case scenario, you don't like it. But that's my honest review. I was going to do a toy review today at the Technodrome, but Amazon is just taking their sweet-ass time with that one part of my order, and I'm kind of pissed about it. But, yeah, hopefully it gets here. If I have to reorder it, they have to have them replace it. Okay, but honestly, as soon as I get it, I'm doing a review. I should do reviews of the other TMNT figures and vehicles I have, but I'm lazy, and I work 2 jobs, so I don't know if it's going to happen. Alright, later, bye.